Governance is the system by which organisations are directed, controlled and called to account. All organisations need governance structures in place to ensure they run smoothly. Good governance ensures that proper policies and processes are in place so that the right decisions are made. Many community service organisations are incorporated under the New South Wales Associations Incorporation Act of 2009. This Act is New South Wales specific and is regulated by the Department of Fair Trading. This webinar is specifically designed for organisations associated under this Act. So why does an organisation want to be incorporated? It is often a requirement for grants and government funding. It provides a clear framework around governance for the organisation. The board must follow what is in the Act to keep their incorporated status. The board is in place to lead and guide the organisation and ensure that it is run in accordance with its constitution. It is a key duty of every board member to act in good faith. This means acting in the interest of the company as a whole and for proper purpose. Board members must act honestly at all times despite conflicting duties. Fiduciary duty. This refers to a board member's legal duty to act solely in another party's interest. Due diligence means acting prudently in evaluating risks in all transactions. In the process of making a decision, board members need to take all reasonable steps to avoid committing an offence or failing to comply with contractual or legal requirements. Responsibility means that each board member has the moral obligation to behave correctly. They are responsible for ensuring that there is a strategic direction and compliance. Accountability means that all board members have the obligation to account for activities, accept responsibility for them, and disclose results in a transparent manner. This includes responsibility for money and other assets. Probity refers to having strong moral principles of honesty and decency. It not only means avoiding corruption or dishonest behaviour, but also upholding the highest principles and ideals. Even though some board members are volunteers, there are still clear guidelines on what each board member should do, like a job description. The role of board members should be set out in writing in order to encourage accountability and efficiency. Ideally, a list of these duties will be available to prospective board members before they take office. On a board, there are general board positions and office bearer positions. The office bearer positions have specific responsibilities. These include chairperson, sometimes also called a president, deputy chairperson or a vice president, secretary, treasurer, and public officer. The role of the chairperson requires organisation, coordination, and leadership skills in undertaking the actions leading up to and during board meetings, together with ongoing supervisory activities. Their tasks include detailed knowledge of and adherence to the rules of the association. The rules are found in the organisation's constitution. They need to coordinate and organise regular board meetings and prepare an agenda in consultation with the executive officer, ensuring sufficient information is available to board members. The chair determines that a quorum, or the minimum number of people required for a meeting to go ahead, are present. They also manage the agenda items and the order of appearance. The chairperson is responsible for keeping the discussion and decision-making relevant and within time. They need to ensure all members have the opportunity to speak and may also need to encourage some members to ask questions and seek clarification on an issue if they don't understand. The chairperson must maintain a neutral position during discussions and decision-making, as they may need to ask the meeting to vote on issues. The chair needs to preserve order throughout the meeting and deliver a casting vote in the event of an equal vote. They are also responsible for signing the minutes of the previous meeting after they have been confirmed as a true record. The chair may represent their organisation out in the community. They also supervise the executive officer and act as a link between staff and the board through this relationship. The main role of the vice chair is to assist the chairperson with his or her duties. The vice chair is required to act as the chair in the absence of the chairperson. Being a vice chair can be a good role to undertake before taking on the full responsibilities of the chairperson, as it will help you become familiar with the enormity of the role, its duties and responsibilities. The role of the secretary is to oversee all correspondence and official records of the organisation and ensure they are up to date, accurate, and are available to be looked at by those authorised to do so. This excludes financial records, which fall under the role of treasurer. The Secretary will assist the Chair to organise board meetings, and they ensure that meeting papers, including the agenda, correspondence and previous minutes, have been distributed. It is often a misconception that the Secretary must take the minutes at the board meetings. However, the Secretary's role is to ensure that the minutes of the meeting are taken, either by themselves or a delegated minute taker. The minutes can be kept in electronic or written form and must be kept for a minimum of 5 years. If they are kept in electronic form, they must be able to be converted into a hard copy. The Secretary will work with the Chair to ensure that the meeting runs smoothly. They ensure all correspondence that relates to the board or committee is dealt with in a timely manner. They know the rules of the organisation and take responsibility for all legal requirements of incorporation. The role of the Treasurer is to oversee the financial affairs of the organisation, present financial information to board or committee meetings for approval, keep the board informed of the finances in a manner that board members can understand, ensure an annual budget is prepared and expenditure against the budget is reviewed regularly, ensure the financial records are current and in order, ensure the organisation has necessary financial and investment advice to make sound decisions, organise and present the annual balance sheet and accounts to the members of the organisation at the annual general meeting. The Association's financial records can be kept in electronic or written format and must be kept for a minimum of 5 years. If they're kept electronically, they must be able to be converted into hard copy. It is essential that all board members understand the financial situation of the organisation. Community Industry Group runs an on-demand training session which covers the financial obligations of all board members. For more information, please see our website. The public officer may be an ordinary board member or a person outside the association. They must be over 18 years of age and reside in New South Wales. The public officer acts as the official contact person for the association, including taking delivery of documents served on the association and bringing them to the attention of the board as soon as possible. The official address of the organisation lodged with Fair Trading must be where the public officer can generally be found. Each time the public officer changes, the official address changes, or any financial position changes, including signatories, the public officer is required to notify Fair Trading. The public officer must keep a register of board members and signatories and lodge the A12 Annual Summary of Financial Form and any other appropriate forms with New South Wales Fair Trading. They are responsible for collecting all association documents from former board members and delivering them to new members. They must keep custody of any documents required by the Constitution, and upon vacating the office, you must return all association documents to a committee member within 14 days. A board member needs to regularly attend board meetings, try to be as active as possible in decision making, and understand how the organisation works, including organisation services, programs and staff. They need to be familiar with the Constitution, including the specific roles and responsibilities of the board. They approve relevant documents, including approving the organisation's finances, and ensure compliance with funding agreements, policies, legislation and regulations. They need to manage risk, establish management delegations, be active in planning for the future direction of the organisation, and supportive of the organisation in the eyes of the public. A board member takes on responsibility for particular areas of work, which may mean involvement in subcommittees. They need to regularly attend the organisation's events and represent the organisation at functions. Being a board member on a community organisation is a big responsibility, but it also comes with great rewards. The authorised signatories will sign official documents on behalf of the association. The public officer is automatically an authorised signatory, but an association must have at least 2 authorised signatories. Under the Associations and Corporations Act 2009, a record must be kept of the authorised signatories. The particulars should include name of the authorised signatory, their position, for example, public officer, their date of appointment, and, if applicable, the date the appointment ceased. Any changes should also be referenced in the minutes. The Association's board should notify any change in its authorised signatories to any party or company that they deal with regularly. Even though the office bearers' positions have these responsibilities, it's actually all board members that are accountable for decisions and mistakes. While you need to have a level of trust in the competence of your treasurer, secretary and chair, you need to make sure that you are not blindly following what they say. A good example of your role in the finances as a general board member is making sure you view and understand the financial papers sent to you each board meeting. If there are any anomalies or anything that you don't understand, you need to ask questions and even consider attending some training on finances. Boards and organisations should have a code of ethics in relation to acknowledging and avoiding potential conflicts of interest, being transparent, maintaining confidentiality and impartiality. For a list of helpful resources, please see the links on your screen now. Community Industry Group offer many training courses, many of which are designed specifically to assist board members. For more information, please see our website. You can also follow our work on our social media channels or sign up for our fortnightly newsletter.